Krenn, No Restrictions podcast with Sereny. We're at the P-Town Tavern. It's our second live show here. I love the P-Town Tavern.
Best.
It is a very welcoming place. It's a Pittsburgh bar. We had such a great time last time. I dried out.
Mm-hmm.
We drank Fireballs. I discovered the Fireball.
You almost ruined my life.
And
last time I was here.
yes, and that's okay. That's what we're here for, right? It's joy. I was joyous, and then I was hungover, and now I'm going to start over again tonight. We're starting with Fireballs again. We're gonna do Jim Beam, I think, tonight, right? Is that what we're doing tonight?
I think Jim Beam is.
We have the Jim
house.
Beam people
I've
here.
Heard some kind of weird rumor, but
I'm a big Jim Beam fan. I'm all right with that. That's
I'm
good.
never drinking again. I have not had a sip of alcohol since the last time I was here. I was so
Me
sick
neither.
the next day.
I'm 12 days clean. But we're excited to be here, honored to be here, always at the P-Town, and the great owner, great staff. And we have Identity X here. We have a band, two of the members of the band anyway. I got to see him at the party, the Deutschtown party that Sereny put together.
Yeah.
But basically by herself almost, but just about. but the band, she was telling me about this band forever, and I got to see these guys, and man, I was impressed, man. Really one of the more, I think, dynamic, creative bands that I've seen. I think entertaining, in got artistic and entertaining. I think you guys got something here. and they're nice enough to come by. And I think I believe Darren, your wife is expecting, right?
Dave.
Is it Dave's wife? Dave's wife's and your wife too. No, Dave's is any minute. We'll talk about that when you get up here. And Sereny and I have a few things to talk. We're going to talk about Would You Rather with the guys, right?
Yep, absolutely. Our favorite game.
And we're going to argue over a debatable.
It's not debatable.
Question.
Y'all will see what we're
going
talking
to bring
about
Dave
here.
and Darren up that we have been arguing about for a week now.
Despicable.
I have brought this question up throughout my career.
Why?
So I don't know why, because it brings out a good fight.
Is this what we're starting with, this question?
Oh, we may have to when the guys come up. Yeah.
Okay, when they come up.
We got to bring the guys up because I think they're going to side with me on this.
They're not.
Is
They're
what
not.
I think.
They're intelligent people. They won't side with you.
This is one of those ones where I don't know. I think you like to argue, though. You.
I don't. I feel dumber every time you bring it up.
That's why I'm bringing it up. That's why we're bringing it on the show. And there's so many strange stories in New York Post, New York Times. All these. I mean, these are like usually these used to be tabloid stories, but these are like mainstream stories now. We're going to bring the guys up to talk about this too. There's a male model who's all upset, and he's going to sue Katy Perry over grabbing him.
Mm-hmm.
Katy Perry.
Yeah.
So he's not happy about this whole thing.
No, in this climate, you can't just
not
go
in
around grabbing folks.
Well, if Katy Perry in any climate, it's fine with me. I don't care. But we'll bring the...
I mean, I feel like most people would agree.
Right.
But, I mean, if you're a backup dancer, if you're a producer,
trust
you
me,
can't go around grabbing people.
Exactly. If I'm going to be politically correct. But if it's Katy Perry, I'm not going to be traumatized.
Me neither.
I'm all good. I'm all good.
I'm good with it.
Katy could grab me. It would not matter to me.
Yes, but we're not condoning that.
We're not condoning it. Just on me. That's all. I'm just saying she could do it to me. That's all. Not to anyone else.
I'll let her know.
I'll wear a sign around my neck in the next concert. Grope me.
I'll give her a call.
Exactly. I don't know. It's hard to believe. I guess it happens. I mean, would you be traumatized? You say it was traumatized. Would you be traumatized?
I mean, if it was anybody but Katy Perry.
I'm just saying Katy Perry. Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I wouldn't be. I mean, maybe.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe she's a real freak. Maybe she had long fingernails and it really went up in there.
Maybe it hurts. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I think I could take the pain, right?
I don't know.
She grabbed his behind and into. I mean, that's happened. Believe it or not, it's happened to me a few times in my life where, I've taken photos and a girl would have her arm around my waist.
And
or
a
whatever,
pop star grabbed your ass.
And Katy Perry would grab my ass.
Yeah.
No, the girl would, slide her hand down or whatever and grab my ass. And I'm not kidding. I guess most people's reaction would be scream, appalled. But I literally, probably the half dozen times where it's happened, my first reaction was always thank you to the girl.
Do you want me to tell you what
I
happens
would just
when
say
that
thank
happens
you.
to me?
No, it's different. I think it's different for a young lady. I believe it's different.
You like turn around
there's
and
a
get
certain
high
respect, I
fives.
think,
I'm
for
like,
guys,
did anybody else see that?
Right, for guys, I don't know why it's just different. I don't know. That's what I mean. I mean, for me, it was like thank you, because we don't get that often, or I don't. But you know, it's like giving a starving man water or food or whatever, right? The guys know.
Yeah.
David there know exactly what I'm saying.
I think you're making them nervous.
there.
The camera's right here, by the way.
I know. I'm looking at the boys, getting them ready. I am getting ready to
Warming them up.
Let's bring the boys up next. Dave and Darren, Identity X. I'm going to bring this up right after this break. Jim Krenn, No Restrictions with Sereny. Jim Krenn, No Restrictions. We're live at P-Town Tavern on Baum Boulevard with Sereny. And we love this place now, Sarah. It's
I
the greatest.
love it here. Yeah.
A lot of fun.
I black out every time I'm here, but
That's our goal.
I think that's
our
why
after.
that's come.
We should video after the show. That's what the
Oh,
two.
God, no.
That's the show. We're hanging out here afterwards.
Oh,
Exactly.
it was-
We have Darren and Dave here from Identity X, and Sereny introduced me to you guys at the party at the Deutschtown Music Fest. And tell you guys, like I said up here, I was very impressed.
Well,
very
thanks.
impressed.
Yeah, thanks. It was cool to be a part of that. It was first year of the Pittsburgh Current. It's it's
Big
an
deal.
honor. A big deal, yeah.
And Dave, we said I was looking over at you guys, and the camera couldn't see, but you have a baby due any minute, right?
Any minute. We're in the end zone. I mean, we're in Pittsburgh, so you got to use a football
that-
reference.
yeah, it's called the end zone? That's cool.
It could be any second. Yeah. So it's every little thing that happens right now. I'm always expecting, like, is that it? Like she burps a funny way, and I'm like, this is it. Is this the one? I start timing the contraction. She's like, it's not a contraction, but I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Bags are packed.
Are you gonna go in the room and video and all that stuff?
I don't think she would allow me to do that, but I will.
Go like Instagram live.
I know.
Child
Live.
birth.
Okay, guys, we're live.
I'm not allowed to be in the delivery room. That's what I got.
Is that the rule?
Yeah,
Well, no.
I should disguise myself.
Well,
you know?
Kate and I were actually joking because we were told, we're like, yeah, you give the hospital a list of 5 people that you would like to have in the room with you.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what I thought.
That's
There's
a
a lot of people.
lot.
It's,
Make
it's
the
just,
list.
it's just, and you've made the list. No, it's just gonna be
Very
Kate and I. But I was joking. Like, as soon as the nurse said it, I was like, Darren.
Darren.
Yeah.
She just started laughing.
Or I
You guys
could-
grew up together.
We
Why
grew
not?
up. That's what I mean.
That's
He's
right.
like part of the family, Uncle Darren.
He's kind of telling me, like, this is what I already experienced. I wasn't in the delivery room. My brother had kids, but he's trying to tell me, like, look, man, this is the next step. Like, when you have a kid someday,
It's prepared.
this is what it's going to be.
Are
And-
you
and I'm
seriously going to be in the
35.
room?
What's that?
I always.
Because you know he will bring a video
He
camera.
will absolutely
You know he will.
4K.
Yeah.
Zoom.
He'll be
Telephoto
framing it
lens, yeah.
up.
I'm bringing a VHS, one of those big cameras.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be.
I love seeing newborn babies too, because every newborn baby looks like Steve Buscemi. For some reason.
Everyone?
Every
So
baby.
true.
Don't they?
right.
Every
There's-
newborn.
for a short period of time, every single one.
For
yeah.
about 3 days, they look like Steve Buscemi.
And Jim, I'm gonna take a picture of the baby when it's born. I'm gonna send it to you.
Would you
and
do
just,
it?
And just like a side by side of like Steve Buscemi.
I
and the
love
baby.
it. I'll be thinking of Boardwalk Empire or something the whole time.
That's it. There you go.
Okay. All right, you promise.
I
You're gonna
promise.
promise me,
Something
man.
tells me that you've spent more time with Steve Buscemi than any baby.
Oh, I
Any
definitely
newborn
have.
baby
Well, you know I have.
anywhere.
He's a good actor. I'm working on his impression, of course. But all right, guys, we have a debate now. We fought about this for a week.
Okay.
I brought this up. You were drinking or writing or something, and I started arguing over this thing. And
This is so
this can get very
humiliating.
serious. And through the years, I've asked people, this question, debated from Jerome Bettis to President Clinton. Swear to God, I've asked this question. And
No, he's not.
and he's, yeah, I'll tell you, this is a good, very
pretty
good
good.
question, Jim. But the debate is, now think
not
this through, though.
a
Don't
debate.
just jump on it like, Sereny just plows through, doesn't think it through. But if there's 42 little people, okay,
LPs.
LPs, can't say the M word. Mm-hmm. LPs,
Continue.
right? 42.
42. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're in the jungle,
Mm-hmm.
little shorts on.
This is-
They are fighting a Bengal tiger.
Okay.
They have no weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins the fight? 42 little people and a Bengal tiger.
I'd like to resign.
Who wins the fight? I will
as
let you guys.
co-host of this show.
Please
You
let the
know,
guys go first.
I got to say this.
Thank
I'm a fan of these YouTube channels where they teach about science. And I was watching this YouTube channel about army ants. So I feel that they say that when army ants come at any type of, obstacle, they're going to win.
Thank you.
So I feel that in that scenario, it's possible.
No.
It's-
42
Look at
is
her.
not an army. 42 is not even.
But they could be like, Spartan warriors.
He
That's the
didn't
thing.
say that. He
No,
didn't say
yes,
that.
I did.
No, you didn't. You
Well,
said-
all right, they're
It
little
could be
people.
like Gerard
they're
Butler.
They're
Like there is
fighting.
one
They're strong ones.
that he basically pushes the Bengal tiger down that pit, and he says,
Okay, next,
"This
Dave. What do you think?
is-"
Thank you, Darren.
Well, all it takes is one. I mean, you saw it, like as how Peter Dinklage, in Game of Thrones, he just
I cannot
outsmarts. He
believe you
just
guys are doing this
outsmarts
to me.
everybody.
Yes.
He uses his brains to like overpower. But
Right.
And
I think
Arya,
40.
yeah.
I think the sheer brain power, the 42.
Have you seen even a video of a Bengal tiger? Did you
hate
know
to
that
be
they
wrong.
could swim? Did you know
I
that?
did not know they could swim. Okay.
Oh,
They
this
are
isn't in the water,
monsters.
though.
They're not in the water. They're
They
not.
are
not in the water.
monsters. They are monsters.
What if there was 42 Siegfried and Roys,
Are the
like
42
like clones of each other
I
in the
cannot-
jungle fighting
No.
a Bengal tiger?
Well, no, this is just. Well, that's a good question.
Well, are the
but
40?
I would say 42 little people only. Yeah, with no weapon. No.
Are they from the jungle? Like, is that where they grew up? Like, are they
Yeah,
hardened by?
yeah. They were
Like
hardened by the jungle.
Mowgli's,
They were
like
hardened by
Mowgli's,
the
like
jungle.
little Mowgli's. Yeah,
Yes,
I
and
think
they're-
if that's the case, game over for the Bengal tiger. I think.
I
never
think so
said
too. Now, to
No.
defend Sereny, I know what she's saying. Sereny's saying that the Bengal tiger
Is a monster.
would just start biting and biting and biting,
I think he
okay,
would
and
go,
killing and killing
and
and
get
killing.
10 of
and
them.
I
Killing
think
and
10 of them,
10
and I
more.
agree with her with 10. But there's still many more coming.
That's it.
You have them on the back. You have them on the
Several
tail.
on the back.
You got several
you
on
could
the back.
10 on the back.
You just the Bengal tiger eats so many and he's full, and he's got to lay down. He's tired.
I mean, what do you think the-
Tryptophan and little people was crazy, and then he falls asleep.
Yeah.
The way that I see it in my brain is all these LPs come together and they form the shape of their own Bengal tiger, and then it's a Bengal tiger fighting another Bengal
I
tiger.
feel so vindicated here.
Like
I am
is
really
this-
unhappy with you guys. I
Defend
cherry-picked
yourself.
You guys.
Defend yourself.
Of course I'm gonna. Okay, this is the
All right.
stupidest
Sereny,
argument
I'm so
ever.
sorry to
Give
let you
your
down.
theory. We'll muse
My
you.
theory
we'll muse
is
you.
that you guys just don't understand the might of a tiger. You just don't understand. You
All right,
could
we're gonna
not
say
possibly
that Bengal
understand
tiger
that.
hasn't eaten in like
You-
weeks.
All right, well, hungry.
And it just tears
hungry.
through 40 people like that. It's just like raw.
But he
I-
still would get full by the 10th or 12th.
And we're talking LPs here.
Yes, they're about
Little
3 feet.
people.
But
What
they're,
do you-
they're
what-
squirrely and they're fighting. They're little
That's
Peter
not a
Dinklages.
thing.
Like
No,
Peter Dinklage.
Peter
Good
Dinklage was
good
a
image.
warrior. No, I don't. I just want to quit.
You
I
don't
don't
think
want to
it's-
work here anymore.
The Bengal
You have
so
to
tiger.
defend your
upsetting.
stance.
I did.
There are thousands of people out there who are going to agree with you, and you got to fight
Thousands.
for them.
They all just unsubscribed
There
to this
are
podcast.
people that are
as soon
believing.
as you ask the
No,
question.
there
The comments are
there
filling
are
up
people
right
on your
now.
side that are screaming, going, "Oh my God, the Bengal tiger would win."
Oh, there are.
That's what I'm saying.
I think most people would say that. I think you got very lucky with these.
I want somebody to comment. I want somebody to comment on this video that's fought a Bengal tiger. I want a real life experience of how
Yeah,
difficult
we
it
just
is.
want your comment on what you think.
I
yeah.
mean, for Christ's sake, like go on YouTube right now and pull
Okay.
up a video of a Bengal tiger eating even like a goat.
I respect the goat. I respect
I mean,
the tiger.
it's just like
This is 30. This
And
is
it's
42
done.
LPs.
like
We're
Is
not
it-
talking about a goat. We're talking about
you
little
blink
people.
and you're gone. And
Yes.
they're so strong. They're like 100% muscle. They can leap over 42 LPs.
It's true. Well, is it?
Its dick would drag on the floor and take out 20 of them. That's how
But-
big they are.
That would do it.
The LP still have the posable thumb. Never,
Thank you
never
very much.
underestimate the power.
Without
of the posable
claws.
thumb.
Thank you, Dave.
That's true. That's very
Come
true.
on,
well, maybe
man.
they have. Maybe they've grown their nails.
They've
They're like
got claws
Esteban.
like-
You ever see the guitar player Esteban? Those late night guitar videos from like
Yes.
back in the day. He has those like claws. Maybe they're like Esteban.
or he,
My little
they-
kitten crawls up on me,
Yeah.
and I'm like, Jesus. You're talking
Multiply
about a
that by
Bengal
100.
they
tiger.
climb up on his back
like this
and they
big.
get their little hands in their eyes. The tiger's done because
You're
he's eating.
done.
Jake, what do you think? Tiger, little people.
He has not been listening like all these
He's
good
like,
people
I'm
because this
mixing.
is so stupid.
Little people, thank you.
Yeah, another one.
Another
Sorry,
one.
Sereny.
That's okay, Sereny.
All
Next
right.
time.
I guess it's the LPs. Sure.
She's relented.
Well, I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there are people out there who will back you.
Yeah,
on your-
people that like
on your
have
Bengal
Bengal tigers,
There are
you
some
know,
Bengal
like
tigers.
zookeepers that actually know how powerful they are.
You know what? I got to tell you, in your defense on this.
What did the Clintons say when you asked them that?
Yeah, that's
I would
a-
need to
that's a
know.
good question.
Little people are
Whatever.
good people. They're all voters. They vote. But in Sereny's, in Sereny's, man, he did this. It's like, yeah. Jimmy, the little people of the world will stand up. The tiger. But in Sereny's defense, though, I got a chance to do a back, like a lot kind of thing, a tour of the zoo, the Pittsburgh Zoo, and the guy was feeding the tiger.
Wow.
And I am telling you guys, they put the meat in this thing, okay, and then, like, you know, he didn't go in and hand him feed.
No shit.
It was like Morton's or what
He
would you
probably
have?
has
You have to go-
tasers and whips
Like the
and
asparagus?
guns, and
No.
he's still not going near it.
No, he didn't do that meal. Well, I guess he could do that, but he did like a thing where it just goes into, you know, it's a cage. Like he's completely the other side of it. But the tiger there's a cage separating, but I'm not kidding. Just his growl scared the shit out of
It's,
me.
Yeah.
it's
It
a
was
monster.
like he just looked at me, and it was just like it was unbelievable. Like, don't touch my steak.
Well, that's
Which I
the,
wouldn't.
I think that's like something that's happened to society. People underestimate, and this is to help your point out. People
Thanks,
us to underestimate the power of wild animals out there. Like we've kind of like, you know, you grow up with teddy bears and you grow up
Right.
with little stuffed elephants and stuffed tigers, and then, you know, you kind of lose the fact that these things are wild and they're powerful, and like literally their main goal is just to eat and to survive, and they don't care who you are. You know, it's kind of like. I don't know. Did you ever see Ex Machina, the movie
Yes,
like about the
yes.
guy that falls in love with a robot and she ends up just dipping and leaving him this?
Right.
Yeah.
See?
So that's kind of it. Is he like thought like, oh my God, she has a soul, but like these things are like literally they're just
No,
like
they're
They want to
monsters.
survive. So like
They
you
will-
can't. You got to respect that. You
Well,
gotta-
yeah, just because you name your, I don't know, mongoose or whatever, you know, you have Chuckles,
Right.
or whatever your wild animal is. Mongoose isn't a good example. Alligator, Chuckles. He's not. Doesn't mean he's friendly.
Right.
Chuckles can still kill you.
Chuckles.
and he will kill
probably wants
42 of you.
42 of you, will be all of you. Yeah.
I'm gonna say they beat the alligator too, the little people.
Oh, my
anyway, if we're gonna go
God.
that route, but I'm just throwing that in there. But
Listen, okay, I'll say this really quickly.
Go ahead.
I, for a very short time, did some landscaping, okay, in like Fox Chapel, and I saw a fucking lynx. Have you ever seen a lynx?
Oh, yeah, the wild
Okay,
like big
they're like a
cats.
quarter of the size of a tiger.
that's a Fox Chapel lynx.
Yes,
though,
that's exactly
which
where it was.
is
It
way
was in
different
Fox Chapel.
Marquise Rocks lynx.
They are terrifying. They're loud.
They're manicured. They're proper.
They have a membership at the country club.
They only drink Evian water. Yes, that's a different lynx.
It
And
has
they only drive a lynx.
BMW. Chirp,
Yeah.
chirp. It was huge, and it was a quarter of the size of a Bengal. It was humongous. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. Like this thing.
What
I
was it?
Was
Lynx
it
doing
wild?
there?
Was it just
It was
roaming
wild.
around?
Yeah. Yes.
Are there wild lynx in Fox
There-
Chapel?
Yes. Yeah.
I bet it
We
was
have
a pet.
lynx there?
I bet it was a pet.
It was not a pet.
Oh
no,
my
I was
God.
like.
No, I mean, at
was
some
like,
point-
Hey, lady.
That's not. They don't have
No.
wild lynx
I
running around. Get
swear
out.
on Toby's eyes.
I think at some point it was probably somebody's pet, and then it got
Oh
loose.
my
Like, damn, where did
God.
the lynx go? And, like, and that
Could
was
you
just in
ima-
Fox Chapel eating people.
Could you imagine the
landscapers.
Eating landscapers, yeah.
Could you
They're
imagine? Imagine the people in Sewickley going, "My God, we need lynxes. They have lynxes in Fox Chapel. We don't have them. Damn it! Wow.
They're terrifying. I was with a crew of people who were like, pack up, be quiet,
Very
don't make eye
slowly,
contact,
don't look
let's
at
get
it."
the fuck out of here.
That had to be a pet that got loose,
I think, I mean,
right?
No, there are lynxes in Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah. That's
horrifying.
and bobcats.
So there's another landscaper looked at you and said,
Let's
"Hey, look out! There's
get
a
the-
lynx over there.
I said that
look,
was
we
me.
gotta get out of here.
You
We
gotta get out of here quick,
Load it. Just leave the stuff. Don't even load up the car.
because the
Just
lynx
get
will
outta
bite
here.
you. And he's got rabies. You're done.
You're done. You're done. You can't come back from it. You get lockjaw. You're done.
You'll be locked. You'll be foaming at the mouth.
You'll be foaming at the
Lockjaw.
mouth.
You'll drinking highball out of a straw the rest of your life.
I'm just saying.
Iron City will
don't
never taste the
ever
same.
Underestimate
A lynx.
Mother Nature.
Don't mess in no lynx in Fox Chapel, man.
And Mother Nature fucked up with the LPs. Something's wrong there. They're not
I want
FPs.
to put a lynx hunt not the herd. I just want to take a photo. I want to look for a lynx.
I want to find. I want to see one of the
I
wild. I don't
want
want to
us-
be out landscaping.
The four of
But
us.
I'd like to be safe
the
inside
four
the
of
car.
us are going to go into the jungle of Fox Chapel,
The next episode.
which is dangerous
The
to
last
do.
episode of Pittsburgh
Yeah, the
Current
safari.
Podcast. We're on a safari looking for lynx.
We're
all
gonna
dead.
do it. We're gonna look for lynx.
The
I
Fox
just
Chapel
gotta see
links.
one because Sereny said they're out
I swear. I swear.
They're everywhere.
No, I was just one. Just one. That
That's all
one
it takes.
time.
Well, there's got to be more than one though out there, right?
I
It's got to be a
would
lynx
imagine,
family somewhere.
And it was making this noise like clicking.
What's it
and
sound like?
Like clicking, but
Oh,
growling.
no.
I don't know. My
Was
cat
it
makes
purring?
the same noise. No, it definitely was not a
It wasn't a
purr. It
purr.
was
It
not
wasn't-
welcoming or friendly or cute. It was like,
Sure wasn't like
get out of my den,
No.
or I'm gonna eat you,
Sure wasn't like a deranged raccoon or something. You sure was a lynx?
dude. No, I was
was a lynx.
landscaping, but
Could
I
you
was
imagine
not drunk.
I'm not gonna.
Could you imagine a Planet of the Lynx happening in Fox Chapel? Planet of the Lynx.
Planet
like,
of the
I'm in.
Lynx.
like Planet of the Apes, but like Planet of the Lynx.
I love that.
They become like
and it's in the really affluent Fox Chapel, so
Alright.
they gotta like bob and weave all the rich white people.
Right.
One lynx versus 42 little people. I'll give you the lynx. Lynx wins.
Fuck off.
it walks
I
in
hate
the
this
market
show.
district.
Yes.
Get its meat.
That's only where it shops.
The salad bar is ravaged.
Oh yes, it says. That lynx only does giant eagle.
Taking
That's
dried cranberries, like
And that's it.
Oh yeah.
It's like this balsamic doesn't taste as good as
He
last
never
week.
leaves Fox Chapel. He once went to Aspinwall.
All right.
I hate that
He
question.
came back. So you guys have been doing the band. You've been in a band now since you were kids. You guys grew up together, basically as best buds since like 15 years old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was younger, I was 14. Was it seventh grade? Seventh grade we started
Seventh
playing
grade.
music together.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Well, how does that happen? You're two buddies. Do you guys just start singing? Did you do it to meet girls or meet women? Is that that's basically what you do it for?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much that's what gave me my my thing in high school. It's like everybody has their thing that they're known for. You're trying to like find your place. And,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
did sports, but I really wasn't very good at them. And and then like I've always loved music, and I started jamming with Darren, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like we can make some cool sounds, and then I can tell people I'm in a band, so that gives me
Oh, yeah.
my thing, So that of course that's how it gets started, but. Genuinely, I mean, it's fulfilling, and it kind of consumed me. I mean, ever since then, we're obviously still here writing music, so it's.
I thought it was cool because my buddy Paul Gertner was same thing in high school. He's a magician, and I would be a comedian. People look at you like you're crazy, man. You say you want to be an entertainer for your career until you start making money. But it must be wild whenever you guys embarked on that as when you're younger. So I'm going to do this for a living, and you end up in different facets too. Like you're in film, also all types of different avenues of entertainment. So. I'm sure it's an interesting way to explain it to people, your family, how they look at you guys. Like mine still think I'm a drug dealer.
How do you make money? Yeah. I don't know. You wanna?
Well, I think my family has always been supportive of that endeavor. It started with my mom and dad taking me to guitar lessons and just supporting it all the way, buying me my first guitar. From there I worked. I remember I worked at Alcoma on the Green one summer just to afford an amp, but then I couldn't afford it. And my dad helped me buy the rest of it. So like my family has always been the support system to kind of like get to where I wanted to be. And then once the career started shifting, that's where like I was able to sustain and afford my own stuff. But Dave can talk a little.
Yeah, I had a little different path. I started out playing violin. I played violin from I think 6 or 7 years old to right around 18.
Then you realize they don't get groupies.
100%. That's why I quit.
they have to.
100%. But I really regret it. Like now, like I wish I would have stayed up with it because that would be so cool to be able to just bust out a violin and like rip it up.
It is,
but
yeah.
and I'm super jealous of people that play violin now. But I started with violin, and I was in like a little junior sinfonetta, but my cousin gave me this old acoustic guitar that all the pegs. I always tell this story, but the pegs were all broken off, but it's true. And I had to tune it with a wrench. It's a little Yamaha acoustic. And I was like, oh my God, I can play Weezer on this thing. I can play all this cool stuff. And like, I know the songs on the radio. People actually like hearing this. And that was once that happened, it's like the time I was spending like practicing like guitar to violin like quickly went like this, and the violin slowly went into the closet, and the guitar was out in front and everything. And then I hooked up with Darren in 7th grade. We started writing music and finding band members. And
We used to be in this class called Art Appreciation, where it was basically like a study hall, but that was where like I remember the band teacher used to always come down and like say, Dave, you need to go to class today for orchestra. And Dave was like, oh man, I really want to hang out and There's actually video of that I have in the archives of Dave putting, like, we used to put hot glue on pencils and say they're boogers, you know. And
Oh,
so
man.
there's just a lot of like.
I'm sure there's lots of that stuff. Darren does video on the side. Like it's all about when you're a musician, when you're an artist, like it's until you are able to make it full time and like just do that, you got to find the things, the survival jobs.
Everybody does.
You got to find the thing, and it's all about like if you're working in the arts. I've quickly learned because kind of like going back to what I was doing just to finish my story. My parents were very supportive of music. You know, helped me get lessons. You know, bought me my first guitar and are always come to the shows and like very supportive. But they're very fearful about me studying, you know, music or arts in school. So it's like, you know, got to get a safe degree, and then you can always do that on the side. And that's literally what happened. Like I have my bachelor's in business, my master's in data analytics, and I don't do any of it.
Sounds to me like the difference between comedians and musicians is supportive parents.
Absolutely.
They were like, whatever you want to do, honey, we support you.
Yeah.
We love you. You can always come home.
Yes.
Whereas
Comedians,
like-
they don't understand, but the parents don't understand what
The
we're doing,
no.
but they support. That's right.
But it's all about piecing a career together. I mean, just like find things that make money and you piece. It's not like one job that you go to. It's you just find like all the different several things that lead up to a livable salary, and it's exciting. It keeps it fresh, and I love it.
You know, it's cool. A lot of people don't know. Sereny is a musician. Has been a musician. You know, accomplished. You know. Pianist and also does keyboard and reason. So when you have somebody who knows music, who is excited about a band, you know, you listen, your ears perk up. So when she was excited about you guys and talking about
Sereny,
you
you're
guys,
the best.
it kind of gives you more credibility to me. But Sereny, what drew you to these guys? What made you so excited? Because you know, I started getting in them from you talking about them.
Yeah. So Darren and I had worked on a few projects together, and actually y'all have something in common, is y'all did the party show at one point or another. Yeah.
Throwback to party show.
That's right, in your basement.
And
I love that. That was a good time.
Darren and I were working on a 48-hour film project, and just said, hey, I'm in this band, check me out. I think he left a CD at my apartment, and I listened to it, and then as soon as I could get them on the show, I did.
Yeah.
I think it was like maybe a year later, the party show.
That's still one of my favorite videos online too. Like that was such a great experience. That was
Yeah.
I mean, it was hot that day.
It was very hot. It was always.
Wasn't AC busted or something, or like it was
There
just
was
like,
no AC.
It was just that's part of the
I lied to you. I
Part of
said
the
there was
appeal,
AC to
the
get you there.
if you get a chance, that's when I first met Sereny, actually, was with the party show, which one of these episodes we're going to play a video that we did together. It was really funny.
Oh, the
with
puppet
the puppet
stuff, yeah.
But yeah, if you get a chance to check it out, go on to YouTube. We're still up there on YouTube.
Thepartyshow.net.
Yeah, definitely check them out. And all right, guys. Well, you know what? We've been talking up. We're excited. I know everybody's waiting to hear something. Maybe you guys give us a little taste of your music. All right, how about that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Identity X coming up next on Jim Krenn, No Restrictions with Sereny.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Identity X.
The song's called Wounds of Our History. Blood on the ground, still there from last November. Cracks in our pavement, remind us of a broken heart. You only seem to remember rose-colored thoughts from a faded history. She said, take me, I don't wanna be alone tonight. Just take me, before the moment fades from sight. She loosens up the stitches from the wounds that she's inflicted, swing it from the thread, so oblivious to the bleeding. These scars on you, like the scars on me. The wounds of our history were tied and tangled, lost and found in our bandaged aspirations. We should both know better. Yeah, I should know better. 'Cause tomorrow comes even if we stay away and cauterize the damages from our biggest last mistake. She said, take me, I don't wanna be alone tonight. Just take me before the moment fades waves from side. She loosens up the stitches from the wounds that she's inflicted. Swing it from the thread, so oblivious to the bleeding. These scars on you, like the scars on me. The wounds of our history. Just stand there waiting as I'm falling apart. Just the thought stands my hairs on end. So pull me closer as I'm falling apart. Sometimes wounds aren't meant to mend. Just take me. I don't wanna be alone. I don't wanna be alone, alone tonight. I don't wanna be alone. I don't wanna be alone tonight, tonight, tonight. Yeah. She loosens up the stitches from the wounds that she's inflicted. Swing it from the thread, so oblivious to the bleeding. These scars on you, like the scars on me. The wounds of our history. These wounds of our history. Thank you.
Identity X, we'll be back. More Jim Krenn, No Restrictions with Sereny. Jim Krenn, No Restrictions. We're live at P-Town Tavern on Bum Boulevard. We love it here at P-Town.
What up?
Identity X is our guest, right? With Darren and Dave, two of the members of the band, right, guys?
That's right. That's right.
You guys been friends for a long time, and Sereny was telling me about your acting experience.
Yeah.
'Cause I know you act too, Ser. Project with these guys. We've done projects.
Oh,
anyway.
yeah. So I heard, Dave, that you used that video from the party show to help you get whatever you're working on next. Tell me what you're working on next.
Yeah. Well, it didn't actually work out, unfortunately, but it was still a cool experience. The party show video, I had auditioned for Jesus Christ Superstar, the tour that's going to be coming around here, as Jesus, and it was months ago, and it didn't turn out. And then 4 months later, I got a phone call from casting, and they're like, they came across a video of your band, and you're now like one of the top 2 people being considered for Jesus. They want to fly you to London for an audition in front of Andrew Lloyd Webber's people. And so,
wow,
they flew me to London, and I did a 4-day. Essentially, technically, they call it a work session, but it's pretty much just an intense audition for 4 days.
Oh my gosh.
And it didn't work out, but it's.
Did you look at them and go, for Christ's sake?
I know,
people. Jesus Christ.
Jesus! Yeah.
But you had a bunch of roles on Broadway. You were
Not on
Tarzan,
Broadway, yeah, but-
Tarzan and
I've done a lot of professional theater. That's kind of like my full-time gig now is acting and performing, and musical theater has been a huge
You've done
part of it.
Tarzan on stage?
Twice, yeah. Opposite my wife. My wife was Jane, so
Really?
that's kind of fun. Yeah, swinging from vines and leopard. Talk about leopards, leopard skin.
I was cast as Tarzan. My six-pack abs were taking away from the audience, so they said, you can't. This guy's six-pack abs is just too.
They couldn't do it.
It's too much.
Too much.
They said it's too much. Sometimes it's too much.
Tickets would be too expensive.
You
They
know?
charge way too much for that.
What are you laughing at there?
Well, there is the instance where you can spray your abs on.
Oh, there you go.
So maybe
Get
next
a-
time you do it, we'll call the
Buff
makeup
'em out.
person.
Yeah, right,
Help you
right,
out.
right.
Wait. They can spray abs on?
Oh yeah, I do it all the time.
Do you know how to do this?
Yes.
But Dave actually, his diet.
Every morning I want to get this done.
He didn't spray his on. He
No,
actually did the diet and
Had to work.
yeah,
had to
he
work
did.
on it.
He did.
Intermittent fasting and
I'm telling you, man.
kickboxing, and it's going crazy.
Yeah, you got to really bring it when you're
You got to.
Tarzan.
That's it. That's some big shoes to fill.
Yeah,
you know,
he's jacked.
if you're and talk about fighting leopards, like one of the first scenes in the musical is you literally fight a leopard. So
Oh, wow.
it's kind of funny. It all circles back.
One
His plan
person
was-
beat
And Tarzan couldn't beat the leopard.
Tarzan did. He killed it.
See, one person.
He was attacking his family.
With sprayed on abs.
Man,
Let's break
you
on
had to
that.
work out like you can't be at the Rockaway bar and the Rock's going, I can't eat a hard-boiled egg. I'm Tarzan
That's
tomorrow.
it. You got to cut it off.
I
Yeah,
gotta
8
work it
o'clock.
out.
No more eating after 8 o'clock. And it's
Yeah,
just-
man, that's dedication.
Yeah.
Do you
Well,
wanna- do you-
well,
do you-
whenever you're half naked in front of 4,000 people a night, it's like
Whoa,
it's very
that would be scary, right?
horrifying. Yeah. Well, it just ups the expectation. It makes it much easier to starve yourself, essentially.
Is there any point in a player going, I am half naked in front of 4,000 people?
The whole time?
I'm one move away from my junk being seen by everyone.
That's it. They double bag the undercarriage.
They double bag.
for
double
lack
bag
of
the
better
They
bag.
would double bag.
Yeah. Double bag the bag.
Thank you. I
gotta,
thought they
you gotta.
would. They should do that.
That's it. You got to shield
Double
the front
bag.
row. A lot of vine swinging. You never know what could happen.
There's kids in the audience. You
There's kids,
can't,
that's
you
right.
know.
Yeah.
Is it like
They don't
a
wanna see
Trader
that.
Joe bag? Like a canvas bag? What
Organic, yeah.
Organic?
I use Aldi's bag.
Yeah.
Aldi's bags.
bag.
Swag. Yeah.
That's what it was.
How about reused? I reuse my bag, Jake. So that's pretty cool. Your wife was Jane too. That's pretty weird, right?
We've actually that's how we met. Is
Okay. That wasn't like you were
I-
cast as husband or
not
wife.
as Jane, but
Okay.
we met in college doing musical theater. She was my Maria, I was Tony, and I fell in love with her, fell in love with theater, and just continued to do it and figure out a way to make a career out of it. And we've had the chance to play opposite each other several times. Sometimes not necessarily opposite each other, but in the same show. And yeah, it's awesome.
And you guys work together well because Darren, you're like seem more to me. Anyone would just get to know you, but behind the scenes, you seem more like guy who wants to be more of a director, a filmmaker. Am I right?
He's the visionary.
I used to be in front of the camera a lot when I was in college. I was trying to be the comedian, but then I soon learned that
Those videos are still out there.
the videos are still out there.
They're
Yes.
amazing.
On
Where I used
LinkedIn.
to
On
dress up.
LinkedIn.
Are those
I used to-
LinkedIn
On
videos?
LinkedIn, yeah.
I used to always put on a mustache and a wig and just go out and just put the mic in people's faces. But then after a while, it's like, it's time to do something bigger.
He was
than-
like Billy on the Street before Billy on the Street.
It was like
He
it's time to do something bigger, and that's why I decided to just focus on the art form of film and directing.
Yeah.
It's funny. As an entertainer my whole life, and we're all entertainers, all four of us. And I don't. Fame is an interesting thing. I've been lucky. I've only had regional fame, and I say lucky only regional because I don't want to really. It's not the greatest thing in the world. I like performing. I like the performance part of it, the art side of it. The fame is fun, and you get to share it with people, and it's fun. I love when people come up and talk about the bits or comedy or whatever I do and stuff, and this thing. But it's an invasive thing. And we see a lot of actors, not even actors, but just people just famous to be famous. It must be a bizarre life because the story that I was going to tell you about was today's in a New York Post. I'm reading the Post today, okay, and the cover is Brooke Mueller, who's known for only being married to Charlie Sheen, for Christ's sake. And that's just
Front
famous
cover.
for shit, So, I mean, to be famous, being
She's
married
made
to
it.
Charlie, God, yeah, you made it. You're
You
married
made
to
it.
Charlie Sheen, which
Yeah.
is not, God bless him,
God bless her.
winning. Yeah, the Charlie Sheen thing. And so she was on tape, supposedly talking about she was going to a sex party.
Okay. On the front page of the New York Times.
Yes, they had the
Post?
tape. They had the tape, and they talked about the tape. She was going to a sex party in the Hamptons, and she was bringing a suitcase full of drugs to the sex party.
As one does.
Yes,
when going
you
to a
probably
sex
can't
party
get
in
in
the
without a
Hamptons.
suitcase full of drugs. You bring a plant or a bottle of wine to a friend's party.
No,
You're going to-
briefcase full of drugs.
That's like
At a sex party,
Yeah.
you got to bring a case of drugs.
you go to a bar, you got to bring your ID. You go to a sex party, you got to bring a suitcase full of drugs.
I
That's
think
like
it's
showing-
only polite. It's only etiquette, But
It's
yeah.
only etiquette. It's like bringing a bottle of wine to a dinner party.
Exactly. You have to have class. And so she is in a little bit of, I guess hot water. She's denying, but it's on tape. But the weirdest thing about it, and that was weird in itself, but the fact that
That
I
sounds
think the fact that they
perfectly
have
normal.
a sex party that you have to go, and they said there's a membership to get into this party. It's $75,000 to get into the party. That's a hell of a ticket, right?
Yeah, it better be worth it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
better
a
be
place
worth
in
it,
McKees
man.
Rocks. It's like $8.
Eyes,
And a Bud Light Lime.
Ain't
It's
that-
a
eyes
curly
wide
fry.
shut party in the
Well,
rocks.
how do you compare that? What did Aunt Becky pay to get her kids into what is it?
The
What's the school that she like?
Yale or
Ski-
something. Yeah,
that
Harvard.
was
I
like
think
75 grand, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was pretty similar. So
I feel like the Lynx would be at this
I
party.
mean, it would be
Oh,
the
for
Lynx
sure.
would be at the party, and the tiger and the little people.
He's checking everybody's
They'd all be there.
suitcase.
The
All right.
tiger and the little people would be friends at the party
for 75
Dancing.
grand, it better be. Yeah.
and doing drugs together. I mean,
The Lynx is doing lines.
yes,
doing
for 75. I gotta tell you,
That sounds like a children's book.
I
the
gotta
the
say-
Lynx is doing lines, but he's actually an actor and he's reading lines.
it's funny when you read those stories that people are like, oh, I'm sure people, oh, that's sad. But I think deep down, everybody is like thinking they're a little jealous.
You're like,
I was feeling a little jealous.
Well, of the
I would
sex
like to
party?
be at the sex party, but I can't. 75 grand. I was thinking of going. I'm serious. I was thinking of going to Citizens Bank
yeah.
Oh.
and getting a loan,
Oh.
5 years, 75 grand, pay it back for the sex party.
What kind of collateral
one
do you
night,
gotta
yeah.
to do that? Like,
But I have to pay it back. But then I would tell everybody at the sex party, hey, I got to pay this back for 5 fucking years.
This better be good.
Please make it worth my
I
while.
feel somewhere out there's a radio show that's giving free passes to this party.
You know?
No, I think
That's
Yeah.
You gotta be the
Jim
10th
would
caller.
grab Katy Perry's crotch and
The
pass
10th
out.
caller.
That's what would happen at
all-
this sex
well,
party.
it'll be totally worth
Yeah,
it.
no, she would grab me. I would never touch her like that. I'm a gentleman. I let her
It's a
touch
sex
me.
party. Anything goes.
Well, she's allowed to touch me at the sex party. She could grope me then.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, I paid 75 G's.
you'd wear a T-shirt and say, "Go ahead,
Go ahead.
touch
damn it.
anything."
Go
Yeah,
for it.
I have a.
I paid 75,000 for this. Touch whatever
I
you
have
want.
a $75,000 limit plus interest
I just don't believe
for
her.
this party.
I just don't believe this woman.
It's true though. It's
I
on
don't- I
tape.
wanna
She's
see
trying
the-
to deny it. Though.
I want to
She's
see the
trying to deny it.
receipt. I want to see the receipt for
Oh
$75,000.
no, this is for real because they have different people that belong to this club.
Okay, who?
Of this party. Bill Maher was one of them.
Bill
They had.
Maher.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I can't remember offhand, but it was like people. It was like 7 or 8 people. They named all the
Seal.
people. New York Post.
I think Seal was there.
Seal. Yep.
Seal. He was
Like,
Really?
Katy
he was like
Perry.
in a silk. He was like,
Baby.
Seal would have to be there. Seal would have to be
Flowing
there.
silks
Yeah.
like behind him.
I
Yeah.
think people walk in that party going, "Where's Seal?"
Adam
Right?
Sandler for
Where's
some
Where's
reason.
Seal?
I don't think Adam Sandler would be there.
I was promised
think?
Seal.
Yeah, he's playing music.
You think Sandler would be there?
Yeah,
Really?
telling jokes.
Doing his songs.
impressions.
I'm at a sex
Yeah, it
party.
doesn't make it.
And it is fun. I don't know.
He's
I
making a
don't know.
comeback. Adam Sandler's
I
making a
know.
comeback.
I know. He's
On
everywhere. with
Netflix.
Jennifer
Yeah, he's
Aniston.
doing it. I
Of
mean,
all
that's,
things.
that's where everybody's going. I mean, that's
Everybody's
that's the outlet for the good
Netflix
comedy
is
shows.
happening, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what's funny about Netflix, man? I there's shows we watch, and I got an odd taste of things I watch, but there's shows on Netflix that you and I was saying I watched Breaking Bad for like the 20th time,
Yeah.
and somebody said, "Oh, that's your comfort show." And that's a thing that's going on, which is I've seen it a million times.
Yeah, I have one.
But that's and this person. She said her comfort show was The Office.
Yeah, that's mine for sure.
It's everybody's.
And
Yep.
yeah, so
and it's leaving Netflix very soon.
I know.
I
What a
know.
bummer.
what's interesting that's where we're at. We have a comfort shows now, which
Yeah.
we could watch 25 times or whatever,
Oh.
a million times, and
Yeah.
It puts you
it
to
relaxes
sleep.
us.
It,
It-
puts you
yeah.
to sleep. It's like white noise. Well, I actually read a thing or an article about like why that is, why people watch The Office before going to sleep, and they said the sounds in The Office are almost like white noise, like ASMR. Because you hear like the typing on the
Oh,
keyboard.
okay.
You hear like the doors shutting quietly, people walking around, the paper shuffling, and it's like becomes like
It's funny, you know.
it's funny. Yeah, it's like there's nothing too heavy that you have to like really focus in on. You've seen it a billion times, so if you miss 4 episodes and you fall asleep or whatever.
Maybe there's a therapeutic reason to why don't I watch
Why
Breaking Bad?
Why Breaking Bad?
Do you?
Explosions
Why
and
am- yeah,
gunshots.
I'm watching, you know, I'll kill
Why-
Gus Fring. Why does that relax me?
Can you take a wild guess as to what my comfort show is?
Oh,
what
I
I
kinda
like
know.
to fall
I
asleep
kind
to?
of know what your shows are.
Is it on Netflix?
No.
No, it's
No.
on like just regular cable
at Night.
TV.
Bravo.
No.
Bravo shows.
No, it's way weirder than that.
Weirder.
Maury?
I like to fall asleep to like
Go ahead.
true crime.
Oh,
that's
so
my
like
life all day
Wives with
long.
Knives.
La Femme
I
Nikita.
love to
I
like
Survived
listen.
is
I
good.
Survived. No,
I
no, way
Survived.
darker than that. Like the woman's being chased, like the noises I would hear. It's like the
Yeah,
woman's
yeah.
being chased, she's screaming, and then the
Screaming.
really intense like violin. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect.
The crunching of the leaves as she runs.
Yeah,
through life.
she's screaming, and then there's like the blue and red like flashing of the police lights on the
Yeah,
side
yeah.
of my, and I'm like, this is so
This
perfect.
is so soothing.
Yep.
You know, I watch that station all the time. That's Discovery, whatever it's called.
Oh,
Something
Discovery ID. Investigate Discovery.
ID Discovery, I guess,
Yeah.
and we all watch it.
That's the one. That's the one I
Everyone
watch
watches that.
every night.
And the weird thing is, I watched the one about there's like the killer neighbor, evil lives next door,
That's the one.
and I always noticed when evil lives next door,
Yeah.
they find there's always 20 bodies in the basement,
Yeah.
20.
but they're all, it's like the greatest finished basement.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
their bodies are under the
They got a
thing.
pool table.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really looking.
A bar.
It's incredible finish work.
Yep.
And to be honest with you,
I get like the
before I
ductless
would turn
cooling
him
and-
in, I would see if he wanted to work on my basement a little bit. That's all I would say.
I mean, yeah. I mean, get on his good side.
could you
know,
just do some sealing? Is the little leaks?
The guy
Fix the
knows-
leaks.
Hold it over his
The
head.
guy has
like,
a good
And
eye for
boom,
design.
I'm bringing them down.
That's it.
Right?
Right after something you don't gotta pay. You know, then it's he's.
Kind of sounds
What's
like
he
that-
gonna do? I don't have to pay. Yeah, right.
Like, it's
What's he gonna? Oh, I'm paying you. You're
it's
a killer.
like a modern day Edgar
He's in
Allan
jail.
Poe, you know, the Telltale Heart, but like the guy in the Telltale Heart would have had like a nice finished basement where he hid that
R.L.
guy.
They
Stein's
always-
Goosebumps.
yeah, they
The
always
finished
are-
basement.
They're really
Yeah.
good.
Oh, that's the
hands.
next series. Finished basement.
Finished basement.
You're finished.
They are really. They are.
That's
They're
good.
I know.
48-hour film festival. There it
They're
is.
really good handymen. They really are. They really can do things. They work well with their hands.
What do you think that says about a person that likes to fall asleep to murder shows?
I think the reason we all watch them, I don't know. We all kind of watch these shows, though. I don't
It's
know what that is. I
comforting.
think
It's comforting. It makes
it's
you feel
something
safe.
about all of us deep down. We don't want to admit it,
Well,
but we
you
do
maybe-
watch those shows. I
Maybe you
watch
think
them all.
maybe you think like the killer's chasing after them, so they're
So I'm
preoccupied.
good.
I'm safe. I'm nice and as long as they're being chased, I'm good.
Yeah, like
I
the
think-
police lights, like it's so soothing to me. The screaming, the
Yeah.
horror, the daughter that's crying. She's like, I had to bury my mom. And I'm like, oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Good night, honey.
I think we watch it because it reminds us our life isn't that shitty.
I think so.
Kind
Yeah.
of why I watch Hoarder, so I don't have to clean.
Yeah.
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 You know.
It sets the bar nice
That's
and low.
why.
What
Yeah.
about what about American Pickers? What does that bring to mind?
I don't mind that show. That's
That-
a Saturday afternoon show. But
boring.
I'm not big on it, though. I mean, I don't mind it because
Boring.
I don't think I'm not good at picking. I would just buy. I can't throw stuff away.
right.
So that
Because
just
you never know.
Yeah.
So that's
It's
the
like-
hoarder aspect of it.
It's a hoarder aspect, yes, and it causes my hoarding to watch American Pickers. So I got to stay away from that show.
But it pisses you off because you're like, that guy just went in that barn and picked up like that, the
I
left
get angry.
fender from this rusted car, and now it's, now he's a millionaire. It's
I
like,
get so angry at that shit, don't you?
oh, it's so frustrating. I could do that.
Why did he? Yeah, right.
Next thing you know, you have a shed full of shit that's worthless, and
Yes.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm at that fucking flea market in Moon Township
damn it,
looking
yeah.
for shit. and I
That's
can't
how it
find
starts.
That's how it starts.
starts
starts.
next episode of Hoarders.
And I got
It
20
all started with American
lanterns
Pickers.
and lamps.
Well, you have to be like your wife has to leave you first.
Right.
You have to get about 30 to 96 cats.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Safe.
then you start the flea teaks.
Oh,
yeah,
then
and
you
the
make-
yard
then
sales.
you get the millions.
Yep, and then you got to work your way up to American Picker
To
status.
American Pickers, then you end up on Intervention.
What was
Yeah.
the flea
Very
market
good.
up
You make
here
all
at
your
Penn
money.
Hills, like way back in the day? Was it the Eastland Mall? Wasn't that like
Eastland
the
Mall,
Eastland
yeah.
Mall? That was
Oh,
like
the
the flea
flea
market.
tea?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I remember as a
Or
kid, like I used to always go over
Rogers.
there and like with my friends, like, yeah, man, like they had like cool knives, like that's
and baby turtles. They always have
Butterfly
and baby
knives.
turtles and like crayfish too, like
Yeah. Yep.
That guy's. So when you were a kid, he said cool knives. That's why he went.
yeah, like they're like, oh man, look at these, like
And
they're,
then-
and, like they're always like completely non-functional, like it's like a knife that like
What does he do?
They would
today?
just
I'm
sell
curious.
them to children.
it's like
That's why we
shaped
went.
like a dragon
Yeah.
and
I'm
like
curious what happened to him. Was he like a CEO of a company today?
No, you would just. We went because they would sell the knives to us, and we were 10.
Yeah, I remember I had like a butterfly knife when I was like probably like
Yeah.
13 years old, and like I didn't know what I was doing with it, but all my friends are like buying these like cool knives from like the Eastland
Cool
Mall, and I was
knife.
like, yeah, me too, I'll do this, and there goes my allowance, and you hide it in your drawer so mom doesn't throw it away.
You
and
never use it.
never use it. It's
Takes
just
your,
kind of
like,
there.
I remember
fingernails
getting
with
my
it.
first Swiss Army knife. I grew up in the strip district, and I remember going out into the jungle of Shaler Township
Oh, okay.
because my grandma lived in Shaler, and I just thought I thought you were in the jungle
It's just 'cause it's so far.
because they had a creek and trees.
Oh yeah,
You know.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was an outdoorsman.
running through the creeks, man.
Yeah, right off Route 8.
Growing up in
Exotic.
Penn Hills, you find or growing up in Pittsburgh, or the suburbs of Pittsburgh, you find a creek and it's like, Guys,
it's on.
we are in the woods.
You
We
were in
like-
the woods.
Yeah, of course.
It is amazing.
Funny
right?
Creek story. Can I tell a Funny Creek story?
There's never enough.
There's
Funny
never
Creek
enough
Yeah, we have
stories.
intro
Okay.
music for that. Can you play the Funny Creek
Funny
story?
Creek
intro
story.
Funny Creek
music?
stories.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So when so growing up, there was this creek behind a friend of mine's house, and like we discovered like it was rained a lot, so it got really high. So we would go down there every single day, and we would try to go further and further, like follow this, like where it would go. And there was a lot of cool stuff down there. Like somebody had like a pet goat, like way down, and like
Is that cool?
that was kind of cool. I
know,
never.
that's
I mean, seeing a
kind of
goat in Penn
dangerous.
Hills, you're kind of like.
Yeah, that's a fetish. That's
a
a
lynx
fetish.
in Fox
Remember I said I
That's a
had.
fetishist at that
Remember,
point.
I
Could be.
joined a band to get cool, so like I had to
Right.
find something.
Or an
Um,
exotic
different.
person. It's kind of exotic. I
You know,
guess that pet guy.
exotic,
Take that
a
back.
goat. But that's not the cool part. Well, actually, it's not even cool. This is just.
Because it's
messed
just
up.
a goat.
So we found like this like mound of like smushy gray stuff. And we're like, oh, cool. And like we decided to have a fight with it. So we're like throwing at each other and covering like covered in our hair, like our clothes. And as we're walking home, it starts like getting like hard.
Oh no, it's
It was
concrete.
cement.
Oh.
Somebody had poured cement, and it was like cement
The
caked
classic
in our
cement
hair.
fight.
Yeah, right. The classic cement fight. So I was like, "What did you get yourself into?" Just like covered with
Oh my
blocks
So
of
at some
stone
point, you
in
just
my
started
hair.
getting slower and slower.
I had the
See?
worst haircut that year.
In the
It's-
wilds of Penn Hills, that can happen.
That's it. You never
Right?
know.
In
You
the
never
country
know.
of Penn Hills.
Someone dumped cement.
So you think guys are going to give us one more song, would you say?
Yeah.
Pretty please.
Kick one up and
For
up
your
with
old pal,
Identity X.
Sereny.
Do another song with Jim Krenn, No Restrictions with Sereny. Right back with Identity X. One more song.
Ladies and gentlemen, Identity X.
Song's called Fires of Suburbia. Thank you. Our hearts smolder beneath the cover of winter and feed off the air of the cold. Harmless, unnoticed, we wait for a chance to ignite. Black sky to gold. So go on, try and take us away. You can't kill what could not be controlled. Harmless, unnoticed, we wait for the chance to ignite. Black sky to gold. Let the fire of suburbia burn tonight. Let the fire of suburbia burn tonight. Oh, tonight. Screaming for ages and deaf ears they gave us. Clay breaking free from its mold. They think that we're broken tonight. We will show them the end they imagine is gone. So go on, try and take us away. You can't kill what could not be controlled. Harmless, unnoticed, we wait for a chance to ignite this black sky to gold. Let the fire of suburbia burn tonight. Yeah, let the fire of suburbia burn tonight. Oh, Where will they go when the darkness they hide in expires in the light? So with a matchbook in hand and a reason to strike it, we will start this fire. Oh, can you feel it? Oh, can you feel it? The amber dance around us, suburbia, we will be heard. The fire of suburbia. The fire of suburbia. Thank you very much.
Identity X, Jim Krenn, no restrictions. We are at P-Town Tavern. We love it here, right?
This is
Sereny
home,
and
my
I.
second home.
We do yes, I love this place. We're always welcoming. Always welcoming.
That's a P-Town.
It's the best audience and the best bartenders, owners, everything. We love it here. We'll be back again next month. So
Yeah.
we're going to do this again, right?
Yeah.
Guys, we appreciate you coming by and performing.
Thanks for having us.
In the album, Wounds of Our History.
Yeah, Wounds of Our History. We released it early last month, and yeah, it's on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, everywhere you want to find it. Yeah, we also have it with the band, so you can contact us, and we'll get it to you.
And it is killing Sereny right now. The little people over this
It all circles
Bengal
back.
tiger. It all circles full circle back to the 42 little people.
Is there anyone in this bar that agrees with me? I know you guys weren't listening, but do you think that a Bengal tiger
Versus
should
There's
take
no
42.
way.
Applaud if you think 42 little people versus a Bengal tiger who's hungry.
Who's
They have
winning?
no weapons. Who wins in the fight to the death? Applaud if you think the little people.
Oh man,
Okay.
Because it's a stupid
42
question. It's okay.
little people versus a Bengal tiger. They have no weapons. Who wins in the fight
Tiger's
to the
hungry.
death?
42.
Little people?
Little people.
That's what I'm
obviously.
thinking, right? I mean,
Who thinks the tiger? Applaud.
Thank
There are
you.
a few
go.
tiger
There
people
we
out
go.
there. Glad to see it. Glad to see it.
guys,
Feel-
posable thumbs. They got the posable thumbs.
Posable. That's okay. We can let her have her.
All right, that's.
Thank
Little
you. And on that
happiness.
note, we go live every Monday at noon
That's right.
at PittsburghCurrent.com on the Pittsburgh Current Podcast Network. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. That's it.
Everywhere. You
Everywhere.
name it.
Yep.
We're there. We're happy.
I just want to end it on that. I don't want anybody else to say anything.
She has to be right.
I
Jim
won.
Krenn, thanks, guys. We appreciate you coming
Yeah,
on the show.
thank you very
Identity
much.
X. Jim Krenn, No Restrictions with Sereny. Thank you. See you next time.